Josh Sargent across the goalkeeper, straight at him. James McAtee can't get the shot off. And again, we search for that elusive first goal here in games played this season. We suffered our first loss in the last episode of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode here on E83 24. However, we did taste victory for the first time as well. A 3-0 loss against Manchester United, but a 1-0 win against Crystal Palace in the game prior to that. We're going to hopefully taste victory again today here as we take on Leicester City away from home at the King Power Stadium. We're going back to the 3-1-4-2 for this particular game. It is a game in which I hope that we'll dominate possession. So we're going to go with Caleb Taylor, Patrick Pfeiffer and Jesse Cartwright at the back. Alexander Bobek, of course, in goal. We're going to go with a midfield three of Matthew Garbutt, Christian Caceres and James McAtee. Alex Petit shifting to the bench for this particular game. Denzel Dumfries shifts to the bench as well. Josh Key coming in on the right-hand side there. Barley Mumba on the left. And a front pairing of Josh Sargent and Ismail Assar. This is the way that Leicester are going to line up. So a 4-3-3 formation. Mavididi out on the left-hand side could be an issue, but not the strongest team other than that. They are a newly promoted team here in Season 6, Leicester City, so we should have the edge on them. We should be able to come away with the victory. So let's see if we can do exactly that as we jump into this game here at King Power Stadium. We are up in the commentary booth once more for this away matchup against Leicester City. It's our first away match of the season. In played games anyway. Of course we played away from home. But in terms of games that we've played, we haven't played away from Redmont Arena yet. So should be a relatively tough fixture here, I think, against Leicester. I think they're going to present some issues for us. However, we have established ourselves as a Premier League team here. Leicester City newly promoted after being relegated from the Premier League. So we should have the edge on them here. We should be able to dominate possession. That's why we've gone with the 3-1-4-2. And we should be able to score a couple of goals here and come away with the victory. I don't think we've scored yet in games played here either. James McAtee steals the ball away early. Ismail Assar would be useful if you could make some kind of a run here. Instead, we lose the ball. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't scored yet in games played so far this season. Ismail Assar with the ball at his feet, trying to change that. Strikes from range. Leicester City just getting a defensive foot before he's able to get the strike off. James McAtee into Matthew Garbutt. And Josh Key outside him. Shifts it onto his right foot and puts the ball in. Barley Mumba at the back post can't find it. And James McAtee again will track the ball down with that high press. On the left-hand side of midfield today, he's left-footed, so he should be able to... You know, he should have a few more angles to play with his stronger foot than he usually has on that right-hand side. He's better... does have the angles to shoot more often from the right-hand side. But he should be able to pick the lock of the Leicester City defensive back line here today. Caleb Taylor into Christian Caceres. Dropping deep to pick up the ball in that defensive midfield position. Nice ball out towards Josh Key. Brings it down on his thigh. And I think that's a handball there from the Leicester City man, and it is. And Christian Caceres is going to be the man to put the ball into the box. As always, we're going to be looking for Josh Sargent. It looks like he's going to be taken up a position by the wall at the moment. He does retreat deeper into the penalty area, around the penalty spot, which is where we're going to be aiming. We do find Josh Sargent. Couldn't quite win the header. It was a well-placed free kick from Caceres. Exactly where it needed to be, but unfortunately the Leicester defender was exactly where he needed to be. Nice pass from James McAtee. Up towards Barley Mumba. That's exactly what we meant about him trying to pick the lock and and play people in behind here today. Dangerous play from Leicester City there. And I did see an injury icon over somebody's head there. I think it was Josh Key. And it is Josh Key. So we'll have to check in with Holly in just a bit and see what the nature of that injury is. Hopefully it's not too serious. We do have Denzel Dumfries on the bench though, who could easily be a like-for-like replacement for Josh Key. Great switch of play over to Barley Mumba. He finds James McAtee. James McAtee again picking the lock here for Ismail Assar to strike. Josh Key lifts it back into the box, but it's blocked by a Leicester City man. Josh Key picks the ball up again though. Lays it off to James McAtee on the edge of the box. Strikes. Blocked by the Leicester City defence. Putting on some pressure here though. Now that we have settled into the game just a little bit. And it's going to be Leicester City who come away with the ball on the right-hand side here. By Lumumba. As well as, I think that's Caleb Taylor in a position to clear. Ismail Assar cuts inside, lays it off to Christian Caceres. And Holly Champion can just let us know what Josh Key is suffering from.
It seems to be a twisted ankle that's causing Josh Key some discomfort at the moment. He rolled it during that last challenge and has been moving gingerly ever since, but at the moment the bench don't appear to be too concerned.
So hopefully one that he can run off here. Again, we do have Denzel Dumfries on the bench as an option, but it does sound as though Josh Key is going to be able to continue. James McAtee defending from the front. Leicester City give the ball straight to Ismail Assar. He uses his pace just to get into the penalty area, pulls it back towards Josh Sargent, blocked by a Leicester City man. Caleb Taylor wins the header. Here's Matthew Garbutt. Again, the space is outside, so we'll just try and find space to cross. Again, blocked by Leicester City. They're doing a good job of stopping the crosses here. Josh Key will put one in. Ismail Assar is in there. Josh Sargent challenges for the header. Christian Caceres just spreads it wide to Jesse Cartwright, who's high up the pitch. Lays it off to Patrick Pfeiffer. Caleb Taylor. Josh Key there, who has managed to run off that knock. And again, defended well by Leicester City. I would like a goal in the first half here. Leicester City defending very, very well, though. They're defending deep and in numbers. Good challenge, Caleb Taylor. Sets Josh Sargent away. Good run from Josh Key on that right-hand side, and Josh Sargent is going to find him. Ismail Assar is already in the box. Josh Sargent making a run as well. Again cleared by Leicester City. Matthew Garbutt, Josh Key. Crosses once more, this time for James McAtee. And the header again straight at the defender. Defender? Goalkeeper is the man with the goalkeeper gloves on. Christian Caceres will put in the corner. Josh Sargent there to challenge. Again, can't win it. Leicester City have kept him quiet so far from those set pieces. Always such a threat from corners, Josh Sargent. Christian Caceres finds Jesse Cartwright. First time ball into James McAtee. And it's a great challenge from the Leicester City man. And Leicester are going to be away here on the Redmont Rangers left. James McAtee is trying to slow the attack. Barley Mumba going to have to stop the cross. Patrick Pfeiffer wins the header. Josh Sargent brings it down. Matthew Garbutt on his right. Good run from Ismail Assar. Matthew Garbutt didn't quite get enough on it. There was space there for Ismail Assar, but Garbutt couldn't quite find him. Christian Caceres intercepts though. Josh Key now. Matthew Garbutt can't pick up the ball. Bit of a risky challenge there from Christian Caceres, and the risk didn't pay off. He didn't win the ball. Here's James McAtee again. Barley Mumba outside him. A little bit too much on the pass there, though. Laid it out a little too far in front of Barley Mumba. Barley Mumba does win it back, though. Christian Caceres leaves it for Ismail Assar. And that should be a foul. Referee plays advantage. Patrick Pfeiffer spreads it wide to Jesse Cartwright once more. Barley Mumba's up ahead of him. James McAtee has made a good run in behind. Barley Mumba can't quite find him. Barley Mumba does win the ball back though. Lifts it towards his ex-Norwich City teammate. And it's going to be a free kick on the edge of the box here, I think. Nice little pass from Barley Mumba. It's a good run. And they're given offside. They're given offside. James McAtee. He's not involved with the play there. He was not involved with the play. Oh, that's so frustrating. I thought we had a free kick on the edge of the box. Instead, Leicester City bailed out by a really poor offside decision. Christian Caceres can't win it back. Neither can Matthew Garbett. He does on the second time of asking, but gives it straight to a Leicester City man. The A button is so frustrating in this game sometimes. You're trying to put in a shoulder tackle. You end up with the ball at your feet and they instantly pass it away. Matthew Garbett to Christian Caceres. Caleb Taylor. Jesse Cartwright on the left in space. Mumba. McAtee. Mumba once more. Well worked down this left-hand side from Redmont Rangers. Mumba shifts it onto his right foot. He can cross with either. What a ball that is in towards Josh Sargent. Patrick Pfeiffer there wins the ball back with his hand, according to the referee. And it's actually a Redmont Rangers free kick. No idea how that's the case, but we'll take it. Christian Caceres puts it in. There's Josh Sargent once more. Again, Leicester City able to deal with Josh Sargent in the air. They're just about the only team in the entire series so far who have shown the ability to deal with Josh Sargent in the air. And it is really causing some issues for us. Patrick Pfeiffer, strong in the challenge, wins the ball back. While Mumba in some space down this left-hand side. Runs it out of play. Frustrating. It's been a really frustrating start to the season. Certainly in terms of games that we've played. Been unable to score. Not just in this game, but in all of our games so far. And that's a great ball through. Dealt with well by Patrick Pfeiffer. We've created opportunities to score. We just haven't been able to put the ball in the back of the net yet. Josh Key trying to make a run in behind, but he's just blocked there by the Leicester City defender. And a minute of stoppage time is almost up already. Ismail Assar trying to create one last opportunity. Can't find James McAtee though. Leicester hook clear. And it is 0-0 at half-time. Really frustrating first half there. And I think we might need to change things here as we go into the second. I might try a 4-2-3-1 in the second half. I'll have a play around at half-time and we'll see. Thanks for checking out this episode of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory Career Mode. If you're enjoying the video, please take a second to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. There's going to be plenty more realistic content like this to come in 2024, and every little bit of engagement helps to grow the channel and bring these videos to more and more viewers. Drop a comment too. Let me know what you thought of today's game, who our man of the match was, or really just any feedback you have about the series. I always love to hear from you guys, and I've got some great ideas about how to get you more involved going forward. But that's enough rambling from me. Let's get back to the action. So we are going with a 4-2-3-1 here in the second half. We've brought Caleb Taylor off. We've brought Alex Petit on. So the team currently is Alexander Bobek in goal. We've got a back four now of Josh Key, Patrick Pfeiffer, Jesse Cartwright and Barley Mumba. We've got Matthew Garber and Christian Caceres in those two holding midfield roles. James McAtee in the number 10 with Alex Petit and Ismail Assar out wide. Josh Sargent continues up front. I feel like this shape is going to be a little more successful for us here in the second half. Leicester City doing a good job just to force the ball wide in that first half. And then they've subsequently done a good job of dealing with Josh Sargent in the air. So we've found very little success here in the game so far. So I'm hoping with this 4-2-3-1 we should be able to create a little bit more through the middle, we should be able to rely a little bit more on balls in behind and in some slightly more intricate passing moves around the Leicester box, rather than just relying solely on crossing the ball in, because that's not been a strategy that we've found any success with so far, really. Christian Caceres, Barley Mumble with a fantastic run, and Christian Caceres can't quite find him. The pass just over hit. This is what I mean by the frustration in these early games here in the Premier League season. Every pass just seems to be ever so slightly overhit. Every cross just seems to sail just ever so slightly too high over Josh Sargent's head. Every shot that we take seems to be just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. We're playing well. We're putting in decent performances. We're defending well, primarily as well. But we're just not quite able to get it done in these games that we have been playing. Josh Sargent wins the ball back. James McAtee with it at his feet now. Drives forward towards Leicester City. Josh Sargent with a good run in behind. James McAtee can't quite find him. There's Matthew Garbutt. Couldn't get the shot off. That was exactly what I was hoping for when I made that change to the 4-2-3-1 at half-time. That was exactly what I was talking about. James McAtee playing the ball through the middle of the field there to Josh Sargent. We're in trouble here, though. Leicester's first real chance of the game comes in the second half, and it is a good one. Fortunately for us, it's not a good finish, and the ball goes harmlessly wide. We are going to be a little bit more exposed at the back now. We do have 4 at the back rather than 3, but of course in that 3-1-4-2, our wide players, Barley Mumba and Josh Key, did drop back to form a back 5. So, although on paper it looks like we have 1 extra defender, in practice we're actually going to have 1 fewer. Leicester enjoying a little bit of possession here. Christian Caceres dropping into left back to cover for Barley Mumba, who had stepped up. They do a good job between them of delaying the Leicester City attack. Christian Caceres wins the ball back here as well. Ismail Assar with a good run into the left channel. Can't quite find it though. Good intervention from Barley Mumba. Christian Caceres into James McAtee, who finds Ismail Assar. Josh Sargent's in a good position, lifts the ball in towards Josh Sargent, does Ismail Assar. But again, Leicester City clear. Josh Sargent just unable to win in the air today. We'll see if he can do that from a corner. Christian Caceres about to put it in. Josh Sargent is in there. Again, he can't win the ball though. Patrick Pfeiffer does. Headers towards the far post. Josh Sargent was in the area as well. And he's pinning Leicester City into their back, into the corner there. He does give away a foul and a free kick, but it's not in a good position for Leicester City, and we could pin them back here. They go long and Barley Mumba clears. Jesse Cartwright, Patrick Pfeiffer, Christian Caceres in a good position. And neither Ismail Assar nor Barley Mumba made a run into that space there. There was so much space on the left-hand side. Oh, and Leicester City give it straight to Josh Sargent. Hamza Chowdhury there to challenge him. Josh Sargent across the goalkeeper, straight at him. James McAtee can't get the shot off. And again, we search for that elusive first goal here in games played this season. We just can't find it. We just cannot put the ball in the back of the net. I have posted a slider update. Go check out that on the channel if you haven't already. I didn't touch the shot error slider though. You know, we made a couple of tweaks. Our inability to score though, Josh Key fails to keep the ball in play. Our inability to score is nothing to do with those slider tweaks. It's just, it's a combination of things really, one of which is user error. I'm obviously not being clinical enough when I'm trying to finish. The other is player ratings. luck, bad luck as well, I guess is going to be a factor. Bobek into Josh Key. Alex Petit touching the ball for what might be the first time in this second half since he's come on. Controller disconnected there, but we are back. Alex Petit in the challenge has gone down with an injury. He's very slow to get up. Leicester City continue. Really should be putting the ball out of play here, but they're not. And Alex Petit looks like he's really struggling. He's only just come on in this second half here. He may have to go off again. Leicester City continue to press here in our final third. Enjoying a good spell of possession and pressure. Josh Key can't prevent the corner. We are going to make a couple of changes. We're not going to bring off Alex Petit just yet. We're going to see if he can run off this injury. But it is going to be Max Webber on for James McAtee. And it is going to be Alex Lewis on for Ismail Assar. If Alex Petit does need to come off, we can also always bring Samson Tavide on to replace him. So we'll keep an eye on that injury. As Leicester put the ball in a really dangerous position. Alex Lewis with the ball at his feet. Awful, awful control. Absolutely awful. Alex Petit releases Josh Key on this right-hand side. And Josh Key can't find Alex Petit. Another really frustrating game here. We just cannot get anything going. Leicester City give it straight to Matthew Garbett. Switches the play over to Alex Lewis on this left-hand side. Tries to cut inside, but it's taken away by the Leicester City defender. Good challenge from Alex Lewis. It's a Leicester City throw-in, though. We really need a goal here. And we might step up into our attacking game plan. The 4-2-3-1 has been decent. But our attacking game plan is actually a 5-2-3, and I think that might be the best option to go with in these last 10 minutes or so. How we didn't get the ball back there, I don't know. And Leicester City press on here into the Redmont box. Alex Petit still struggling a little with that injury. Feels very slow on the ball at the moment. Does release the ball inside to Max Webber, who is fouled. Let's get Alex Petit off here. So it's going to be Alex Petit off for Samson Tavide. It's going to be Christian Caceres off for Denzel Dumfries. Josh Key is going to slide over to centre-back. And we are going to go with the 5-2-3 attacking formation here in the last 10 minutes or so of this game. Poor free kick allows the goalkeeper to collect without too much difficulty. Samson Tavide out on the left-hand side here. Josh Sargent in the box, strikes towards goal, saved. Saved by the goalkeeper. It's a big save. Hamza Chowdhury lets him know. Kept his side in it there. Alex Lewis to swing the corner in. Now that Christian Caceres has left the field. Josh Sargent finally wins a header and it's blocked on the line. It's the first time that Josh Sargent's won a header from a corner today. He did turn it towards goal and it was cleared off the line brilliantly by the Leicester City defender. We just cannot score. We just cannot score. We are doing everything that we can. And we simply cannot score here. Leicester City could well be in behind. Patrick Pfeiffer steps up and makes the intervention though. Josh Sargent, Samson Tavide outside him. Pass just behind him. Tavide could have left it for Bali Mumba. Max Webber collects. And there's just no support. There's just no support. Matthew Garbett can't win the ball back. Max Webber in the area now as well. Bali Mumba out on the right-hand side. On Leicester's right, trying to stop the cross. It's going to be our ball if it goes out. Bailey Mumba keeps it in. Spreads it wide to Josh Key, who initially left it for Denzel Dumfries. Denzel Dumfries decided he didn't want it. What is this? What is happening? What is happening? Awful, awful play from Redmont Rangers. Josh Key. And we put the ball out of play. So frustrating. We just cannot seem to play football anymore. We cannot seem to play football anymore. Alex Lewis with the intervention. Here's Josh Key. Gives it straight to the Leicester City man, and we're going to lose the game. Alexander Bobet. I thought he'd made a save there, but it looks like the Leicester City man has just put it wide. That is a real let-off. Absolutely awful from Josh Key just to gift it to the Leicester City man in a dangerous area. And Bailey Mumba gives it straight back to Leicester City as well. We are inviting Leicester City to score here late in the game. They don't manage to, but we don't manage to score again. Really poor. We're 3 episodes deep. We haven't scored yet in any of these episodes. We haven't scored a goal in games played. Really, really poor. It's another ultimately poor performance here at the King Power Stadium. Again, we had moments, but it should be a game that we're really imposing ourselves on, and we just couldn't get it done. Felt disjointed, felt sloppy in possession, didn't feel clinical. Another poor performance. We need to turn things around here, and things go from bad to worse here. Not only did we not manage to get a win in the game, but Alex Petit has broken his toe, and he will be out for 3 months. So Alex Lewis, the Youth Academy product that we promoted this year, is going to have to step into Alex Petit's shoes. That might cause some issues in January as well. Alex Petit was a player that we've had some interest in already, and we thought potentially might be on his way out of Redmont come January, but we'll have to see how the injury plays out and whether he's back ready to play again for January. It will be Alex Lewis who comes into the starting lineup here for our next game against Tottenham Hotspur on the right wing there as we drop back into our 5-2-3 formation. This is how Spurs will line up. A number of players who I don't recognise. They have Pardo in midfield. MG Craig is a faceless wonder there. And they do have Skriniar in defence alongside Udogi, who is still a Tottenham player. Jovanovic in goal is another generated player. So brand new team here basically for Tottenham Hotspur. And we'll see if we can come away with a result of any kind here at Redmont Arena. We actually end up losing 4-2. Josh Sargent does get on the score sheet, as well as Jesse Cartwright. I think that may be his first ever goal for Redmont in the 4th minute. Zalewski equalises, Garcia scores, so does Udogi, and then Udogi scores the winner. Not the winner, but a 4th rather, in the 89th minute there. So on final game to quick sim in today's episode, this is how West Ham are going to line up. Ezri Konza, João Cancelo at left back for them as well. They do have Kudus in that number 10 role, and Kanate is going to be the striker today. This is how we'll line up again with the 5-2-3 formation. Brendan Clark comes in for a chance to prove himself in Alex Petit's absence. Matthew Garbutt comes back into the midfield as well. Back to our strongest 11 in defence. So just a single point from games in the episode so far. We'll see if we can get anything else here, and we can't. Again, we concede 3 or more goals in a game. It feels like it's happening far too frequently, and it could have been a 4th even. Kanate missing a penalty in the 75th minute. João Cancelo, Kudua and Kanate score for West Ham, though Ismail Assar and Brendan Clark's goals not enough to get even a point from the game. So a disappointing episode sees us take just a point from games and leaves us in 15th place in the Premier League. 8 games played already. The season is shooting by very, very quickly, and we have just 7 points to show for those 8 games. Just a single win, 4 draws and 3 losses so far, and a -5 goal difference after just 8 goals have been scored. We are perilously close to the relegation zone. Things aren't going to get any easier in the next episode either. We've got Newcastle United at home, we have Liverpool away at Anfield, and then we have at least one easy enough game in Bournemouth. I think what we're going to do in the next episode is play this game against Newcastle. We're going to really try our best to get a victory there. We'll sim the game against Liverpool and just accept that we're going to lose at Anfield. And then we'll hope that with a home game against weaker opposition, it could be 2 wins out of 3 in the episode. So we'll look forward to that in the next one. I hope to see you there. Take it easy.